Okay, everybody. Again, good evening, and thank you all for joining us. My name is Mike Watney, and I have the honor of introducing, of course, Natalie this evening. And when Natalie's committee started putting this together, the phone call came. They asked me, would you introduce Natalie? And at the time, I chuckled. And I said, I don't know if Natalie's either brave or what, but during that phone call, what Natalie didn't know was that we were in the midst of planning a roast of Mr. Pat Norris, who's here somewhere. And there was a number of us working on writing jokes on Pat's behalf and on the candidate's behalf. And in roast mode, when the phone call came and asked if I would put something together for Natalie, I was like, all right, take it out of roast mode and, let's do something serious. So, how do you introduce Natalie? Most of you already know her. You're here because you know her. You know she's got a heart of gold and she loves the community and she's willing to work tirelessly to do so. So instead of giving you another introduction, what I'd like to do is tell you about how she came into her position. And I know a few of you know the story, some of you here in this room, but as the story goes, a group of concerned citizens, business people got together and decided it was time to change the face of politics and to do something different, look for a new energy and new leadership. And as luck would have it, the group in the room came to Natalie's name, and we still hadn't quite figured out if it was just a stroke of luck or if it was divine intervention or what it was. But as a result of it, this group approached Natalie and said, look, we think it's time for, some new leadership. Would you be interested? They explained to her what exactly they were looking for and how they thought she was the perfect candidate to take the reins. And she wasn't looking for the attention, wasn't looking for the notoriety that comes with the great designation of parish council person. But she went home, spoke with Barry and Blade and Sarah and Claire, and they came back and they said, okay, this is what we want to do for our parish, let's give it a shot. So she put herself out there to run for office. And she was successful. And on January of 2015, she was sworn in. Since that time, she's been held many positions. She's been the council chair, council vice chair. She's been the executive committee chair. She's also been the chair of the charter ad hoc committee, as well as the vice chair of the millage ad hoc committee. And just a couple weeks ago, she was recognized as one of the Acadian Lifestyle Women of the Year, which she'll get to receive an award tomorrow. So, like I said, how that name came about, whether it was luck, whether it was, divine intervention, what have you, I think Iberia Parish is fortunate to have her. And I'm fortunate because I got a friend out of the deal. So, Natalie, if you can come up. Everybody, please welcome our District 6, Ms. Natalie Broussard.
All right, I'm going to try this. I want to tell everybody good evening. Thank you all for coming. Mike, thank you for introducing me. I know you like to stay behind the scenes, and I appreciate you doing that for me. I'd like to thank all of the hosts that made this event possible tonight, especially Sun and Land Wind. I appreciate everything you did, not only giving your finances, but your time as well, and having that faith and trust in me. I appreciate that. I'd like to thank my family. I would not be here if it was not for my family. Barry's much like some of our other political spouses and can't stand politics. And he supports me all the time. I mean, it's unbelievable, and I'm amazed that every time I say I want to try this, he is the first one to raise his hand. He is out there in the trenches. He's doing all the heavy lifting. But most of all, he's over there every evening during all my highs and during all my lows. So thank you, Barry. I love you. And to my kids, most of you may know that my son Blade is serving in the United States Navy, and he's stationed in Mississippi, so he couldn't be here with us tonight. But my kids have given up a lot. They make a lot of sacrifices for me to be able to work in our community. They go days sometimes without seeing me. I think, one of the worst things for Sarah was having her picture plastered all over town on billboards and signs. She was so embarrassed and humiliated. Claire, that was her favorite part. So they make a lot of sacrifices, and I appreciate everything that you do. And I know Sarah's been pitch hitting for me all week this week, and having to bring Claire shopping and doing things, and I appreciate it. I couldn't do it without my family. But then I have to look out at all of you, and I'm just in awe, and I'm really humbled. I've never had a function like this. I've never done a fundraiser. But those of you who know me well know that I will fight for anybody, and I will fight for anything I believe in. But I very, very seldom ask for anything for myself. So asking you to come out here and support me, not only financially, but otherwise is not an easy task for me. So I appreciate all of that. What Mike said, I think was really true. When they approached me, I didn't think I wanted to be parish council representative. I had never sought that position out, and quite honestly, I didn't think it was anything I was interested in. But as life would have it, divine intervention, God knew right where I belong, and He put me here. And so here I am, standing before you, humbled as can be. I realize, though, that all of you are here for me, but you all know as well as I do that this isn't about me. This is about Iberia Parish. It's about our community. And we all have the same goals for our community. We all want Iberia Parish to thrive. We all want our children and our grandchildren to be raised here and to stay here. And we all want the migration out to stop. So I feel your support, but I also know that this is a group effort for our community. I know that everyone in this room is invested in better days on the bayou. That better days on the bayou, that's not just a campaign slogan. It's not just a little catchy phrase. Better days on the bayou is actually our goal. It's our inspiration. It's our hope. And it's obtainable. And in fact, I already see it. When I took office 4 years ago, I walked into a community that was dying. You had so much negativity. You didn't have people that were proud to say where they were from. You had people embarrassed, scared. And look at what's happened in four years. You see people are starting to come back. They're returning to our community. You see people have pride again. The pride in our community has really been restored. I feel the momentum. I feel the excitement in our community. And I'm very proud of being Better Days on the Bayou. I've seen lots of things going on. As Mike mentioned, I've been in leadership roles since the day I got sworn in. I've served in a leadership position in every year, every term so far. And I've learned a lot. I've seen obstacles being torn down. I've seen hurdles being overcome. I've seen the preconceived notions just crumbling. It's been amazing to be a part of it. I came in here not knowing a whole lot about government, I'm going to tell you that. I've learned more about budgets, about drainage, about taxes, about millages, and yes, Mr. Presto, about picking up the trash. You know, when I told him I was doing that, he said, you know how many phone calls you're going to get about your garbage not being picked up? Many. So, but we've learned how to get the garbage picked up. So, but what I've learned most is that if we're going to have success in bringing better days to our bayou, that we have to work together as a community. We all have to come together for the common good. You know, I heard a quote recently that said, no one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for your support. And I want to invite you to come play in my orchestra. And let's make better days on the bayou. I don't want all that cake coming home.